Oh. Can you stop jerking on stream? You're gonna scare the chicks? Don't worry. There are no chicks within miles of this stream. At least not ones that you'd want to attract. Rough morning, huh? I just woke up. I usually jack off before I stream and like do something else, but I jacked off twice yesterday and took 2 shits. So it was a double expel objects from my body day. So you can understand why I'm kind of drained today, you know. We've been working overtime on the Coom production line, if you know what I mean. It's a thankless, hard life, but somebody's got to do it. So we're seeing the post-nut? I'm always post-nut, I told you. I jack off every day. Don't go outside horny, it's dangerous out there. It actually is. You don't want to get like a sudden boner. I don't know what you guys have in terms of like ability to imagine shit, but as a professional artist, I can see images in my brain so clearly at this point that if I have any kind of sexual urges, I'm in danger of producing sexual imagery spontaneously in my mind, thus leading to instant boners. And as we all know, my cock is absolutely massive, so there's a high chance that I could just be walking around doing my daily life, and then bam, massive erection that is easily noticeable, and yeah, you don't want that. It's too dangerous. That's why I need to jack off every day. Instant boners sound like an infomercial product. True. I can't wait for my erectile dysfunction to kick in. Then I won't have to ejaculate all the time. Just kidding, that would fucking suck. The problem with men is that all of our sexual energy is tied to our fucking boner, but then, like, we still have, like, a lot of sexual energy even after our dicks fucking die on us, which is why we have all these weird, horny old men who can't get off. How much are you packing? I can't remember what it was in inches. Also, I can't remember what it was in centimeters. I pulled out the ruler in my room that I was supposed to be using for manga, but I don't need to use anymore because I draw digitally now, so I don't need any fucking rulers. But I can't remember how many centimeters it was. I believe it was like something like above average Japanese length or something, but like nothing special. It honestly, it wouldn't matter even if I had the biggest cock in the world, because I'm not going to be using it for anything besides peeing. Hold on, I have to fart. 1 second. If you want more of this content, you're going to have to pay extra. That was a free one, but for all the brappers in stream right there. Only farts? Is there an only farts? I wouldn't be surprised if there was at this point. That's a scary thing. We have some truly winning content on this stream. Farting, groaning. It's shocking that I haven't, like, just straight up pissed myself. But it would be hard to do that on audio format, I guess. Simps already buy farts in a jar? Yes. Probably the easiest fucking industry to fake. The simps are going to be like, I can smell it. I can smell her fart. And it's like, yeah, It's like 95% placebo. What's up? I mean, there's pussy-scented candles, so it's not that far-fetched. If I got a pussy-scented candle, I'd be like, yes. This smells exactly like realistic pussy. I happen to be a pussy sommelier. I know exactly what it smells like. Yes, sir. When it comes to pussy, I am a specialist. Honestly, I'd buy pussy-scented candles. I wouldn't want to buy any kind of scented candles. The only reason my mother lets me live in her fucking house is because I obey all of her rules on scented objects, which is like only things that she wants me to be buying or wearing and stuff like that. If I started Febrezing shit, she'd probably murder me. She is not a forgiving god when it comes to scented shit, that's for sure. It would be extremely painful. Your mom has a sensitive nose? Yeah. Basically. Or she has schizophrenia. It's one or the other. She'll be like, I can smell it. Something smells wrong. I'm not as bad as her, but I can get annoyed if there's someone with like strong perfume or something around. Luckily I don't live in Europe, which is full of, you know, disgusting Europeans who have strong body odor and don't bathe, but instead have decided they're just going to wear expensive perfume instead of getting in the fucking shower. She can smell your futon antics. Well, she doesn't come in. It's almost entirely chemical related. It's not really body odor unless it's something intense, like when I wash my clothing and then forget that I was doing laundry and just sort of leave it in inside the washing machine for like 5 hours, so it gets to slowly become moist and smelling horrible after a while. Then she's fucking complaining, but I don't have particularly strong BO either, so I inherited that part of the Japanese genes. Justin Wong says Asians don't use deodorants. Maybe if you're fucking Justin Wong, you don't have to use deodorants. When I was going to Japanese high school, every girl had like a can of 8x4 or whatever they call it. Girls were, as they are, very much aware of their disgusting body odor, so... I just became a sub and Patreon of your ball. Keep doing the cool art. Yes. I haven't been posting stuff on Twitter, but that's not because I've been slacking off or having an artist meltdown. It's because I've been giga motivated and working on my manga, so it should be done. I don't know. I won't say by the end of this month because, you know, I'm drawing other things right now. Actively, right? So... it's not like I'm only working on it, but I'm working primarily on it. Also, my workload and ability to force myself to do shit is kind of going up. I guess because I don't know. I think I'm tired of just being half-assed. I want to unleash my full potential. I was browsing Murata's Twitter last night, and I completely forgot that that crazy motherfucker in his free time from drawing like a professional mangaka was like, you know what I should do with the precious amount of time I have left over? I should make my own personal fucking anime. And it's like a solid 15 minutes of shit. And I'm just like, this guy, I have like no excuse if Murata is gonna be wasting the 5 minutes of free time he has a day not drawing to draw more shit. And he's like, I wanna have a fucking anime. Let's see it when it's done. I mean, it's still the first chapter, even if it is done, so... I'm not gonna be like these mangas where they take forever to get to the point because I don't have time to be dragging shit out, but it's still gonna take a while to even get past the intro phase. How long is Makima's braid? What kind of people are like, Makima is my waifu? It has to be like a combination of countercultural Brooklyn hipsters who are like, I only read the most highest quality of manga, such as Chainsaw Man, manga for auteurs, combined with a masochistic cucks, I guess. Woman, possibly. Power showing her F. If you mean feet instead of futa cock, there is no feet in this stream. Only boots. Is this fucking Tifa's theme right now? I just clicked on Synthwave. It says Eagle-Eyed Tiger. It definitely sounds like someone sampled the shit out of Tifa's theme right there. Will you draw a Kobeni in the corner? Maybe I can fit her a little. I need to expand the canvas a bit anyways. People with both low self-esteem and attachment issues, yeah. Gonna be honest, guys. I don't have much emotional connection with Final Fantasy VII. I never did. I played Final Fantasy VIII before I played. I played 8 and then 9 and then I played 7. 7 is a fucking massive downgrade compared to 8 and 9. The biggest thing that bothers me about 7 is that there's no death animations for enemies. The peak Kino of Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VIII if they actually were planning for the Rinoa equals Ultimecia ending. That would be like the best narrative version of Final Fantasy. But it's not confirmed whether that's real or not. Which PS1 Final Fantasy game you like depends on the order in which you play them. Probably. Especially if you had a Super Nintendo and then you got a PlayStation. So Final Fantasy VII was like the first game with 3D graphics for you or something. And you're like, oh my god! These amorphous bubble deformed bodies of Cloud and Barret and stuff. It's amazing! It's 3D graphics! But there's such a gigantic gap between 7, 8, and 9 in terms of like what they're actually depicting. It's pretty crazy how much they evolved between each game. And every game was like released within a year and a half of each other, sometimes a year. Kids nowadays will never understand the development schedule that we had in the late 90s. Zoomers being like, oh, they announced a game. It will be out in 4 years. That's great. I hope that they don't overwork themselves with crunch. Whereas people who grew up in the 90s are like, what the fuck are these people doing? 3 years to build a game? Are they fucking slacking off? The answer is, they kind of are, right? Especially American game devs who are like, you can't expect us to release a patch, it's Christmas! Our customers are bullying us, they want us to release the finished product, no! Have you seen the Unicorn Overlord? I'll play Unicorn Overlord in the future when it's inevitably $30. I'm not a huge fan of tactics games. You know, it lets you romance evil women, though, so... That's really all I ask for. More evil women. That I can conquer with my penis. Too bad it's only on consoles. Get fucked, PC cucks. How's that $40,000, $97,000 investment doing you now? Go and use your fucking PC to mine crypto or something. Do what it was meant to do. Run Microsoft Office. I keep forgetting that you're the cheapest skate out there. Look, man, I'm trying to... You have any idea how much fucking drawing I have to do? You either get pictures or you get me playing Unicorn Overlord off stream. I already have Dragon's Dogma coming, so next week. I think there's a way to change the skin color. I don't know. My waifu is looking good at this point, so I'm not gonna fiddle with her anymore. She looks incredibly evil. She will make a good companion to my white male gallant knight Giga Chad. Also gonna be off stream. I'm gonna play a little bit on stream, but I don't want you guys ruining the verisimilitude, if you know what I mean. I can't fucking draw feet. I always think about this. Feet are hard as hell to draw, and I have fewer opportunities to draw them. And I sort of understand what makes them appealing in terms of like the form and shit. But it's very hard for me to find it. It's not the feet, really. It's like, it comes from the feet to the legs. How good you are in an artist really sort of comes down to how strong you can visualize the objects you're trying to convey. Which is why you should have lots of references. It's a sense of muscle memory almost. If you're dealing with the muscle memory problems of not being able to draw the lines you want, that means you're still at like beg tier difficulty level of that's like you don't know how to like swing the bat yet kind of level. It's much easier, of course, if you're doing it digitally, because then you can just mash Control-Z, which is why I recommend digital for everyone. It doesn't matter if you have shitty muscle memory and execution in terms of like drawing lines and stuff, if you can just like erase it. Now, if you suddenly want to do that with actual pen and ink and you fuck up your line, then you're fucked, right? So... How do you rank Carla from Record of Lotus War? Record of Lotus War is one of the things that you would assume that I've watched, but I haven't. I kind of missed it at the time, and I've never got an opportunity to really go in on it. There are some things that I just kind of miss my opportunity and haven't, like, aggressively sought out. And as a result, they're still kind of, like, just floundering in my backlog. Are you satisfied with your art? No. I'm neither satisfied in my art quality or production speed. Production speed more important in this case. You know what? I'm still not fucking satisfied not being a pro. I'm gonna fucking say it. I've had like dreams at night where I'm doing Japanese pro mangaka shit. I'm not fucking done yet. I started reading the manga that you can read for free online on Jump Plus, which is like Shonen Jump's online storage for manga that they don't have space for in the magazine. And I'm just like, you know what? These people fucking suck. Which isn't that hard to say because, you know, it's the magazine, right? Or it's not the magazine. It's basically the minors because they're saying like we don't have space for you in the magazine. But I was just like, if these people can get a spot online, and they have infinite spots online if you think about it, then why the fuck don't I have my own fucking series? And the answer is because I'm living in my mother's house at like 40, and also I can't draw fast enough. You would be stuck on the weekly rat race? Yes. He's getting there little by little with his own manga project. Recently I've started to feel that life is, instead of being like, nah, I can't do this, I'm hard capped, I'm starting to think of life in terms more of like, shit is just like problem solvings. And I can problem solve my way out of stuff. If I can't brute force my way out of things by being talented, I can just fucking lower my quality or find a workaround on everything. Use different tools. If you can't win, just cheat. No reason to play fair. This is why manga artists and anime animators should form labor unions. Meh. You're self-employed, unfortunately. There are no labor unions for the self-employed. That sounds like a label of an album or something. You're not paid by the hour, you're paid by the fucking page. And you're not even really paid by the page, you're paid by whether your shit is popular or not. You're forgetting that it's also a cultural issue in Japan of people being peer pressured to overwork themselves. Not gonna say I want to join the hell that is Japanese manga publishing schedule and all that, but there's like a million people that are willing to throw themselves into that shit, even in the current horrible working conditions. It's like complaining how hard it is to be a professional athlete or something, and how much risk there is if you don't make it in the NBA and shit like that. You understand you understand kind of what you're getting into, and if you don't, then you're a fucking idiot. Animation is kind of different. It's not your own stuff, right? Animators probably should form a labor union, but again, there's still like a million people who are dumb enough to just still throw their body into the meat grinder, even though everybody tells them, even the animators who made it tell them, like, don't do it. What I've heard from the animation industry is if all you want to do is draw and you don't mind being poor, then you still should be an animator, because it's not going to be being poor. It's going to be like, literally, you're not going to be able to fucking survive. Make sure you have a good storage of safety fund money set up. It's all going to implode once the young people can't sustain the elderly. The elderly just aren't going to retire. As usual, the internet has all these fucking opinions on Japan. Japan is like the most studied country on the earth because all the weebs want to pay attention to it, and then like all the Western press is like, no, you can't do that thing. You have to be like us. Everybody has their own fucking opinion on what Japan should be doing. And it's not like Japanese problems are that different from other countries, honestly. There's a lot of other countries where people are overworked. But no one's like, no, Bangladeshi factory sweatshop workers don't work that much. You need to form a labor union. Because the sweatshop worker will be like, what, you're going to form a labor union for me? Because if I try and do that, the strike breakers are going to show up and literally murder me. Oh, are you wearing a t-shirt that I made for like 3 cents an hour? Thanks, bro. Japan is very strong labor-wise, but people just go up and on beyond it themselves. I hear that if you're working at a Japanese as a salary man, people will be like, oh, I'm working so hard, I can't go home. But what they really mean is they're just dicking around because other people are dicking around instead of properly going home. And the younger generations don't fuck around with that stuff anymore, but there's still enough people to, you know, keep it up. It's a very inefficient working style, is what I've been told. But you can feel it in the actual society in terms of like the quality of products and the quality of service and stuff from a customer standpoint. Shit just works in Japan in the way that shit doesn't work in America and other countries. Like my mother was talking about pretty recently when she, I can't remember where it was, but she went to the airport or something to buy tickets. I can't remember if it was an airport or something else, but she was fiddling with the automatic ticket machine to buy a fucking ticket for like 5 minutes, and then someone like passerby walked up to her and was like, "Oh, you can't use that one, it's broken." And apparently they just had like 2 out of the 3 automatic ticket vending machines, this is in America of course, just broken and left like that for like months and stuff. And not only was it broken, like nobody had even just like taped a fucking piece of paper onto the machine to be like, yeah, it's broken. Because that's just like the American quality right there. It's like, oh, that's not my job. I don't have to like do the most basic fundamental shit about notifying customers that yes, this machine is broken. And like, it's fucking unthinkable that of that shit in Japan. Like, not only would it get fixed immediately, but even if it wasn't gonna get immediately fixed, it would at least, someone would at least tape a piece of paper to be like, you can't use this one. But in America, that shit, it doesn't happen. Hey, Alfonso, thanks for the Prime sub. You don't get to move ahead since paying animator correctly would make anime unavailable for most studios. Yes. And for you to watch on Crunchyroll for a few pennies per month. Mostly because they aren't paid enough to care. Japanese employees have been psyoped into caring about shit despite the fact that most of them aren't paid very well. This is why Japanese society actually functions well. I think they could probably get by with caring about 30% less, to be honest, and then everybody would be... if customers cared about 30% less and demanded a lower level of service, and workers cared about 30% less, they could still have a functional society without overworking the shit out of everybody. But it's hard to, you know, change behavior. Honestly, a huge portion of American society is just like purely dystopian. Like, if you're in Europe, you have your own dystopian shit, but you probably don't understand how dystopian American society can be. This is why I get my anime through my friendly man with an eye patch, so to speak. Yes, I realize that streaming services like Crunchyroll are manipulating the anime companies and not paying fair wages, which is why I pirate my shit and give them no money at all. This will definitely solve the problem. That's like the dumbest fucking... What is it with PC cucks and piracy? Just say you're too fucking cheap and you don't want to give anybody any money. Moist said Crunchyroll started off as a pirate anime site. Yes, and now they're doing, now they're paying some money to the studios, but very little. I wonder how much Netflix is paying. Because piracy exists due to a service issue? Oh, come on. It does for it. It might be for like some people, but I don't believe that shit for most of the people that show up in this stream. Oh, this is my alarm going off. Piracy is a problem of distribution and pricing. Don't lecture me. Dude, just fucking admit that you don't want to pay for shit. Like, how hard is this? Everyone's like, oh, I'll only pay what I think something is worth. Like, come on, man. How hard is it to just admit you don't want to pay for stuff? And it's easier to pirate and you don't have to pay. Like, this isn't that fucking complicated. People, what really is, I think is stupid for me is that people like will both pirate and then they'll also be like taking a moral high ground about how like, oh yeah, I really support the creators, blah blah blah, all this shit, or I pirate because I don't like corporations and blah 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 blah. It's just like, dude, just say you don't want to pay for shit. Nobody wants to pay for shit. If you have an option that is like easier, immediately available, and you don't have to pay for it, you're gonna take it. But even if it isn't easier, and it's still like free. My country's currency is worthless when everything is international is tied to the dollar. Okay, so you're just straight up said it. You don't want to fucking pay for it. Like, you can say that, like, you know, I live in a place where each Zimbabwe dollars is like 10,000, the equivalent of like 8 months of my salary, so I have to pirate it, but that doesn't change the fact that you don't want to pay for it, right? Like, just be like, I'm fucking poor. Just be like, I'm fucking poor, I don't have money, fuck the company, I'm just gonna pirate. I actually want to support creators, meh. I don't give a fuck about creators. I have more important shit to worry about, like jacking off. Hey Frostfright, God, I love Makima so much, huh? I was thinking of drawing Makima in like a slightly different costume than her standard suit attire that everyone's jacking off to, but like even among the porn that you see online, and there's a lot of Makima porn, they still don't usually go off well, they go, even when they go off model and give her huge tits, they almost always just draw her in the white shirt, black bottoms outfit. You don't really see Makima in bikini or anything. I think it like just fundamentally fucks with the character if you start putting in her in like, you know, more Kumari outfits. People want the crisp attire. It contributes to the whole dommy mommy-ness of the character. The crispness of everything. Printing money. Governments hate this one crazy trick to solve the economy. It kind of works when you have the US dollar, which is the reserve currency of the world. And there's absolutely no alternative to that shit. So suddenly printing money seems like a much more manageable solution for shit. Sometimes she's wearing a Playboy bunny. True. Playboy bunny is like the in-between costume between the dress shirt and the coomness. Because it is supposed to be like somewhat formal, you know. Makima booba, no booba. Unfortunately, the no booba content is being dominated by power, so Makima has some booba. You think Makima would pierce her nips? Honestly, I haven't read enough Chainsaw Man to have any kind of opinion on Makima. What's the Japanese police force like, at least in comparison to other nations? They're not gonna randomly shoot you on the street. In fact, they're specifically told to never use their fucking guns ever, which is a good thing, but once they actually have to, like, deal with something, because it's a very low crime nation, their ability to actually deal with shit is pretty low. They kind of get by with society being a relatively peaceful place. It's a good, it can be a good and a bad thing, I guess. Usually when I imitate other people's art style, I try and even do the line work, but right now I'm practicing like crisper, faster lines because I have to draw fast. And Chainsaw Man lines aren't really crisp. They're kind of squiggly on purpose. But I'm not gonna try and fuck around with that. I'm trying to fucking go. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's not spend my time worrying about minor shit. Gotta go fast? I really do. I was dicking around with page 1 of my manga last night, and I'm still on page 1. I have other pages that I've completed, so it's not like I'm still on the first page, actually, but... in Toriyama's death, I kind of started reviewing the mangas he wrote about how he makes manga and his process, and he was like, it takes me 1 hour to ink 1 page, and I was like, yeah. That's sort of the pace you actually fucking need. Even if I can't make it to an hour a page, that sort of should be your mentality. Any YouTube tutorial on art that's like, if you have difficulty drawing lines, use the vector tool and make sure that you fix each one of your lines so it's nice and clean. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That ain't real drawing advice. No, learn how to fucking draw a fucking line and do it quickly. If you're dicking around with a vector tool for each of your lines, you're never gonna ever get any shit done ever. It's just absolutely not a realistic way to do anything. Nobody draws with vectors, guys. That stuff is bullshit. Do you want to release your manga on a schedule rhythm? We'll see. I have to do other stuff like commissions and shit, so I don't think it's I don't think I can just do my own manga all the time. What about vector layer? Have you considered using them? Vectors are not a real thing, guys. Nobody fucking uses vectors unless they're like a graphic designer, LOL. And you're designing a fucking corporate logo or something that needs to be blown up to 1,000,000 times. Is Hystrixia your editor? A little. I showed her the storyboards just to see what her opinion was on it, and I actually fixed some stuff based on her opinions. I'm going to show them to Hystrixia, but not to you guys, which shows you how much more I value her opinion than any of you. Good boy listening to your second mom. That has nothing to do with her being my second mom or whatever. It has everything to do with needing a reader that actually reads manga. Stuff like paneling and shit, you can make mistakes about paneling that you think is easy to read, but the paneling doesn't flow properly. And those are the type of shit that you won't notice unless you have like an outside reader. I don't know how to read. Most of the people in this chat are illiterate, and even if they can read, they probably don't read as much manga as I would need them to actually be a qualified opinion. Do you use the keybinds to change tools? No, I just... Well, I have the pen and eraser hotkeyed, if that's what you mean. I don't have anything else hotkeyed. Oh, I also have, like, layer select hotkeyed. I have brush size on the rotating circle tool thing that they have on these tablets. You can just sort of rotate it and make your brush is larger. Using the default hard round brush. No, I have like a bunch of other things. I don't really use the default hard round brush because it's that would be the G pen here. It doesn't have enough texture. Every time I use it for anything besides backgrounds, it just feels like I don't know, too smooth, too clean. They have something called the Real G Pen, which is a hard round brush. Except if you look at it, it's like, see, there's like these dots. It's kind of like squiggly. So there's a bunch of noise on it. And that's sort of what I use when I want to draw faster. I use the calligraphy pen for a lot of stuff. That was my default pen for a really long time, but it's kind of slowing me down because it gives me the lines I want, but I have to redraw shit a bunch of times usually. But I'm still using it to draw the faces. It's actually hard to get organic looking lines if you're drawing digitally. You have to make sure that you have a lot of settings turned off that reduce your hands movement and stuff like that, like shutter and anti-shutter settings and shit. You have to turn a lot of stuff off. Media literacy is what deliberate decisions that artists make to their work, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm just saying that Hystrixia reads a lot more manga than you guys do, that's all. There's almost nothing that I talk about with Hystrixia in terms of like, you know, movies or manga or TV and stuff that she doesn't know about. It has to be like really minor stuff from the weird corners of the Japanese internet that she doesn't know about. So I know she spends a lot of time consuming shit. How come she isn't a NEET? It doesn't actually take that much time to consume media products. If it's like you can read a fucking 70-volume manga series, the life's work of a manga author, in like a few days if you want to, you know? You can just blast through that shit. Which is why there won't be any like Netflix of manga, because people will just like consume that shit immediately. My ADHD doesn't allow me to sit still or pay attention while consuming. ADHD, the less cool of our two popular mental disorders of the time. All the cool kids have autism. There's like all the autism savant, like the good doctor shit. It's like I have autism that gives me superpowers. But there isn't gonna be a fucking network TV show about a doctor with ADHD who can't focus on surgery when he's cutting someone open, that's for sure. It's so over Asperger's sisters. We also don't have any dramas about someone on the autism spectrum that fucking sucks at everything and can't properly communicate and doesn't have superpowers. It's like my superpowers, I remember all the names of the dinosaurs. That's it. It doesn't help me in life at all. Drama based on CWC when he's gotten enough publicity. Honestly, it's had Chris Chan becoming like the toy of the internet has had devastating consequences on him. I won't say that it's the internet's fault that he turned out like that, but it's partially the internet's fault at least. What's the name of the dinosaur that looks like a turtle and has a mace on its tail? I don't actually know any of dinosaur names. I'm not at the level of autism, unfortunately. Allosaurus. I don't fucking know. I can name like 5 dinosaurs right now in my age at 37, which means that my autism powers are pretty low. I can say Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Velociraptor, Petrodactyl. That's about it. The big ones. Brontosaurus. That's like 10. I guess my autism level is slightly higher than I thought. Any long-running manga series you actively follow? Most of the manga series are difficult to follow because I can't find the Japanese scans. I don't want to pay money. I actively follow the manga series by Aiue Oka about the ugly bastard student who has hypnotized the entire school and all of their parents and basically the entire town into believing that he's a professional sex instructor and it's his job to like impregnate girls so they'll be ready for having the kids of the people that they love in the future. And he fucked all of his classmates and all their mothers. Although I think the author's probably run out of ideas after he fucked all the mothers as well, so... just name the Transformers Dinobots. I skipped Transformers as well. Do you have abs? We all have abs. The question is, how much fat do you have? So are your abs concealed or not? Someone in chat's gonna be like, not me, I have no abs. How's your day been? It just started. I woke up and I was like, time to fucking draw some Makima and stream it. Time to draw the boobs. Is Kobeni your favorite Chainsaw Man woman? Not really. I don't really have any opinion on Chainsaw Man, honestly. I haven't consumed much of it. I plan to read it in the future. There's a lot of things I'm like, I'll read it in the future when I'm in Japan. Have you noticed that online anime manga discussion always centers around like 5 or 6 anime and manga? It really shows you how little people read it in the magazine format when you get to the Western side of things. Like, I'll see manga discussion on the Japanese forums of the internet, and people will talk about the less popular series in the magazine, right? Like, there'll be like, people will talk about the Shonen Jump series that are in the magazine that are probably gonna fucking get canceled, and whether they should get canceled or not and stuff. But it really shows you on the Western side of the internet, it's no longer in the magazine format anymore. So people only follow individual series that they hear about on Twitter. Like, I've never heard anybody talk about, say, I don't know, Black Clover or something. Not that I want them to. It's just like a generic shonen, but, you know, it's in the magazine. It's been animated. Like, for example, Rental Girlfriend gets way more discussion than it deserves. Just because it's kind of like one of the things that people talk about on the American side of the internet. And like, I don't understand how we get to that point where some things are the things that get talked about and other things aren't, but it just sort of is that way. People still talk about fucking Rental Girlfriend. They do in my Discord because he was one of the very few mangaka who showed his face and showed his work environment on YouTube. So I think people who are interested in artists, which is what my Discord is going to be, end up eventually running into the YouTube episode where they did like a documentary on how he works and stuff like that. which allows him to kind of be more in the consciousness of people who follow me than other mangaka would. Certain discourse keep talking about Freeren. Freeren was a hit on the Japanese internet, at least. I don't know how many volumes it sold, but for a while, all the Japanese artists I was following, every single one of them had some kind of Freeren related shit going on. So that at least is the same for both the Western and Japanese internet. Japanese internet definitely was paying attention for Freeren for a hot moment. I watched the anime for like 3 minutes and I was like, I'm out. Don't care, I'm out. Isekai Power Fantasy Elf. I mean, I thought it was going to be about the passage of time and very kind of depressing things about becoming old and being left behind by people that you love and stuff like that, which I'm sure there's some of that. But within the first 3 minutes, I could tell that I wasn't going to like the characterization of some shit. When the glasses guy showed up, within like 5 seconds, I was like, no, this is, I'm out. There's a Japanese term called haraguro megane, which is, means kind of like, character that has glasses that, is like, I don't know, what's the right word? Schemy and evil on the inside. It's a character archetype that is deeply beloved by female authors in Fujoshi as a whole. And as soon as the priest or cleric was that archetype, I was like, I'm out. I could immediately tell that it wasn't going to be up to my snuff. Those guys are annoying. Yeah. Girls love them, though, as an archetype. They think it's hot as hell. Girls want evil glasses dude to dominate them mentally, physically, and spiritually. Just like men want Makima to dominate them. I don't know. Something like that. They like Gendo? Here, let me illustrate. Haraguro Megane. Ikemen. He's handsome, but then he's like all according to Keikaku. And then the Fujo are like, Kya! OMG, he's so evil. Super bright glasses. Yes, it's also important that he does the this type shit. Push up the glasses. Kabuto from Naruto. Yes, Kabuto from Naruto is a Haraguro Megane archetype as well. And the Fujoshi like it. Here, let me also draw a picture of you guys. So, you might think that you are a Haraguro Megane because you have glasses, but what's important to remember here is that it only counts if you're handsome and evil. You can't be a ugly neckbeard, even if you're evil. The girls are not going to be like, Kya over you. You have to be like, hot. Inaccurate, my glasses have spirals. Here, let me make sure this is accurate. There we go. I wonder if Haraguro Megane is in the internet as something that you can look up. Oh. What you get the most is Log Horizon Wiki. But the fact that by the time that Log Horizon came out, which was quite a while ago, that Haraguro Megane was already an archetype, and he's called a Haraguro Megane from the beginning. It shows you how old this archetype is. It's been around for quite a while now. Oh, this hair is a little too long, I think, actually. It goes to the ponytail right behind the ear. Show the female reaction to us. The female reaction is, Kya, my panties are getting wet. This abusive, evil man with glasses is so hot. Women don't like evil men challenge. Once again, impossible. But to be fair, as a man, I also like evil women. Just as the average Fujo fantasizes about the evil man being evil and mean and sexually attracted to only them, being incredibly hot. As the man, I must also fantasize about taking an evil woman and fixing her with my cock. This is how we think of ourselves in the world. It's kind of like when I play Fallout. I usually play a good character instead of an evil character, not because I'm a good person, but because the world is already fucked up. So I want to have the maximum effect on the world. And if the world is already full of murder hobo raiders, if I'm a murder hobo as well, then it will mean they won't have as much effect on the world as me if I try to be a good paragon of virtue. Basically, we want to leave our fingerprints on this world and think that we have some sort of effect on things. That's how we experience our power fantasies. So the concept that if we can take someone that is evil or something and fix them with how appealing we are is very, it's a nice fantasy for both men and women. 2D or 3D Fallout. I've only played the Bethesda 3, 4 ones and New Vegas. I've been planning on playing the original 1s and 2s, but I haven't got around to it. Like many things. New Vegas feels strong, man. I feel like New Vegas among the hipsters on the internet has become one of the most overrated games out there, but I still enjoy it. At least on V, it feels like people just incredibly overrate it. Do you plan to play immersive sims like Deus Ex, Thief, or Prey? I've played both Preys, but neither Deus Ex or Thief. I mean, are they really immersive sims? What counts as an immersive sim in this day and age? I am literally the mysterious stranger. I can't even remember who that was. Was that the guy who was burned from head to toe? No, that's the Burning Man. Of course he's called the Burning Man, or the Burnt Man, or whatever. I only played through New Vegas once. I went for a Mr. House ending. Despite me shitting on Elon all the time, I was like, you know what? I think I'll trust this post-apocalyptic equivalent of Elon Musk, because unlike Elon, I think he's slightly more competent. So which faction seemed the most unpractical or worst to support? I really didn't get too far into it. I was too busy murdering shit. I even murdered Mr. House before I finally sided with him. I reloaded a save. I was just like, I'm just gonna kill this guy. I can't remember. Could you open the door to the chamber in which she's sleeping without like hacking or anything? I can't remember. I think I just forcibly entered by murdering all of his guard robots and just like got in by force. And then you see his like reanimated corpse just sitting there. And he's like, please just kill me. Don't unhook me and leave me here. It's the worst. So I unhooked him and left him there for like about 5 minutes to be mean, and then I took out the grenade launcher and blew everything up. But then I reloaded the save and I was like, you're okay, dude. Isn't the dumbest faction to side with the Yes Man? I never dealt with that shit, but isn't the Yes Man like a homicidal AI with like a big smiling cartoon face? If you're actually role-playing, who thinks that's a good thing to side with? That seems like the absolute worst idea. Caesar has a brain tumor. Yeah, if you're siding with the Legion, you're literally siding with a bunch of LARPers. It's basically siding with, if you went down to the western border in modern day America, there's all these people LARPing around with a bunch of military gear being like, we're going to protect the border. We're all part of the US military. Except you're not. You're just fucking waltzing around with military surplus gear. Yes Man gives you Mr. House's robot army. I don't need Mr. House's robot army. I already am a one-man army myself. I'm carrying around 5,000 grenades. If anything approaches me, I just go into vats and drop a nuclear payload on their ass. It's pretty easy. They won't last long without Caesar, and he's gonna die soon. Can you become the new leader of the Legion and like become the new Caesar, or are you kind of stuck just being the second or third in command or whatever? I mean, narratively, it's the you win ending. Yes, I must be king of the ashes, ruling over this horrible hellscape. Yeah, I think I sided with Mr. House because push comes to shove, I felt like he was the person that might actually make life slightly nicer in the fucking desert, I guess. Is Obsidian still capable of making RPG games like that at this point anymore? Or do you think all the talent has left? Same for Bethesda, actually, if you think about it. I didn't really think that New Vegas was a particularly amazing game at the time. I took it for granted. I didn't think that it would be like one of the fucking high points of American RPGs, which is kind of sad. I haven't played Baldur's Gate yet, but Outworlds was terrible. Yeah, I saw some people playing it. It looked pretty fucking awful. Apparently it's really short as well, which is like a huge no-no for me in RPGs. If your game isn't at least like 80 hours, I don't want to play it if it's an RPG. I grade games based on the amount of money I paid for it and how many hours I played it. So I'm willing to pay 70 hours for an RPG if I'm actually entertained enough to play it for 70 hours and like complete it. Or $70. But like if it's an action game that I'm going to be done within 10 hours and not replay it, then I'm definitely not going to buy it full price. Outer Wilds, yes, that's right. Where has all the talent fucking gone? I think we actually know where it's gone. It's been kicked out because it didn't meet the diversity quotas. Game industry is literally at its lowest point in a long time. I'm extremely excited to play Dragon's Dogma, and after I'm done playing Dragon's Dogma, besides Monster Hunter, I guess, God bless you, Capcom, there's literally not a single game on the horizon that I'm looking forward for, or might buy full price, or might actually buy at all. And I still love playing video games. I just don't love playing the video games that are being made right now. I can't believe how far the video game industry has fallen, honestly. It did that a long time ago. It just keeps staying down there, sadly. I think it's actually recovered a little bit because Japanese video game companies have finally figured out how to make video games and modern video game development tools and stuff like that. So they've recovered a little, at least the AAA ones. But Western video game industry is definitely at one of its low points. What about the Bayonetta-like game by a Korean developer? I feel like it's going to be pretty short, so I'm not going to buy it at full price. I'll probably play it when it's like 20 bucks or so. I like that they are going full booba, but the problem is that they have the standard Korean plastic surgery face, which I always don't like. I don't like the Korean doll face plastic surgery aesthetic that they have to give everything. I don't know about Helldiver's success. It doesn't look like a masterpiece to me, just a well thought out and decent game, nothing else. It's a decent game that costs $30 instead of fucking 70, or is it 40? I can't remember. But then you can play it with your friends, which is a big thing. We haven't had much like real co-op games for a while now, so I think it scratched the itch for a lot of people. Like if your friend's like, bro, I'm buying Helldivers, I want you to play with me. It's 30 bucks or 40 bucks. People are going to be like, cool, I'll jump in. That's the amount of money I spend on DoorDash every night, so people were just like, sure. It had the peer pressure going for it. Think max price for a game should be 30 bucks. I mean, as long as you're not playing on Nintendo consoles, you can basically buy every game for $30 if you wait like 6 months. So you're not that far off. I don't understand how Nintendo gets away with never ever putting their games on sale. It's kind of crazy if you ask me. But that's one of the reasons why I don't invest in a Switch. Besides the constant rumors that the Switch 2 is going to be out any day now. But it's like, even if I wait 6 years, Breath of the Wild is still going to be full price, you know? And that kind of sucks, if you ask me. I don't want to pay 60 or $70 for like a 10-year-old game, but if it's Nintendo, hell, I mean, Nintendo is charging what, like, money for their old games from the N64 that you can emulate on your cell phone easily and have better performance than their shitty ass handheld console. Anything above it, that is just weird. If you actually think about inflation, it makes no sense that video games should still be $60 or $70, considering we've had like 13% inflation. But inflation doesn't go up uniformly. A can of beans is still the same price as it was before the pandemic, whereas eating out in fast food is way more expensive. And that's like a direct result of all the fast food workers being like, it's not worth risking my life to get paid $5 an hour to make your fucking hamburger, right? So everybody quit, so they had to raise wages, or else they didn't have any people to work there. I mean, they still don't have people to work in fast food, so... Whereas the video game, like, I don't think they have to pay video game developers more money to get the workers, despite all the whining on Twitter about crunch time and shit like that. People still want to work on video games and they're getting paid enough. Most of the increased cost of video games is probably bloated marketing shit, not actual game development costs, so... Don't believe EA when they say, like, no, we have to increase prices, please. We're going to starve. Just get a Steam Deck? I'm not gonna pay a shit ton of money for a shitty handheld. I have a laptop that's basically a handheld, although you can't hold it in your hands. It's still somewhat portable. It's an arm held. I mean, if you're actually trying to game on a gaming laptop, you can't fucking do it because it becomes the same temperature as the surface of the sun, so you have to have it on its isolated platform. You better not have it on your fucking lap unless you want third-degree burns. They got hot as fuck? Yeah. I wish my laptop that I have, which has very good performance and can run shit, was designed more around keeping itself cool and being larger and having more space for fans and stuff, instead of trying to be as thin as it is. I'm always worried that it's gonna fucking just like absolutely fry if I spend too much time gaming on it, which is why I don't really use it as my primary source for gaming. Especially because I want to play in 4K. It can actually do 4K, but then it gets super hot, and I'm like, oh god, am I melting this poor thing? So I use 1440 instead, which basically looks the same as 4K. There's not a huge difference between 4K and 1440, honestly. There are some shady laptop coolers. I bought a laptop cooler that has fans in it, but for like 10 bucks on Amazon, but I don't really use the fans because I don't think it makes a difference. However, elevating the laptop using the laptop cooler's frame, I think that makes a difference. Because I have my laptop on my bed, which is like absolute worst situation for obvious reasons. So I thought I should invest like 10 bucks in something. I don't think buying a expensive laptop cooler is going to make any difference, but at least having some kind of infrastructure in which your poor laptop isn't sitting directly on a fucking blanket is probably a good idea. $4K is a scam. I can slightly tell the difference. But once you actually start focusing on the game, it's not going to, you're not going to really pay attention to it. When you're in the zone of playing the video game, you're not going to be paying attention to slight resolution differences. It kind of reminds me how I was working for an audio company for a while, so I got into buying audio shit, like different headphones and stuff, and I noticed that I could tell the difference between like different kinds of audio, different types of headphones. I was like, this is so cool, audio is so cool. And then I realized after a while that like I could tell the difference when I was actually comparing headphones and shit, but when I would actually start listening to music or having stuff on in the background while I was doing something else, it didn't make any fucking difference because your brain is focusing on something else, whether it's like the movie that you're watching or shit like that. So if you can tell the difference, but it's only when you're like 100% focusing on that thing, then it's not going to make any difference in the long run because you're not going to be focusing on like the audio quality or the visual quality while you're experiencing the product, you know? I have to Google black lace bra lingerie. I feel like switching to 4K is kind of like switching from 60 Hz to 144 Hz. When I was looking at monitors, I didn't even look for a proper gaming monitor. Although I do have a gaming monitor by the Asus Republic of Gamers shit, I didn't even look for a high Hertz monitor. Because you know what? I fucking know that A, I'm playing on console, so it's never going over 60 anyways. B, I'm gonna play on graphics mode, so it's never going over 60 anyways. C, I'm probably not gonna notice the difference. Honestly, I can barely tell the difference between like 30, 40, and 60. I definitely can't tell the difference between 40 and 60, that's for sure. 30 and 60, I can tell slight difference. Shit has to really drop into like the 20 range for me to get annoyed. I mean, I'm talking about Dragon's Dogma. Dude, I was playing Dragon's Dogma 1 on the PS3, and there were ways in which you could activate Magic Cannon and like shoot these magical balls, and that would drop your PS3 frame rate to about like 1 or 2 frames per second. It looked like a fucking PowerPoint slideshow. It was hilarious. It was basically unplayable if you did use some moves. The good old days when people were like, yeah, we're going to release this on the PS3, but we're not going to actually do any kind of optimization because this thing is too weird. And most games absolutely ran like shit. Pretty funny. Your eyeballs do not have enough cones and rods to pick up more than like 1440. You can, however, tell the difference between 60 and 144. I can tell the difference between 1440 and 4K. It's just not worth it, you know, setting my poor laptop on fire, that's all. I have bad reflexes, so higher frame rate doesn't help me, but I have good general eyesight, so I can tell the difference in details and the difference in crispness. I can't fucking stand it when a video is in 720 or something on Twitch. And honestly, even 1080s, it starts to annoy me. I wish we could game in 8K, but good luck with that shit. I mean, for pre-recorded media, I think we can go to 8K. If we have, like, Giga Blu-rays or something. But for video games, yeah, I don't think we'll ever get to 8K. Most people's eyes aren't even good enough to care. Even 4K seems like, you know, a stretch in this day and age. $60 frames per second, 8K on a 4090 is easy. I mean, it probably depends on the game you're playing, though, isn't it? OG Quake or Hail. 8K is most likely possible. Yeah, I play Tetris on 8K. Classic Tetris 8K. The blocks look so crisp. All those straight lines. Feels good, man. You haven't truly played Tetris until you've played it in ultra high resolution. Am I right, fellow block enjoyers? Minecraft at 8K. Didn't know there'd be lingerie. I wanted to give her lingerie. Probably because I've been looking at Murata's stuff, and he was, one of his streams, he was like obsessing over doing lace and shit. And I was like, God. So much work. Lace is a ton of work. However, it's necessary. It must be done. We're gonna make everything black first, and then like add the details in white. That's gonna be easier. Shape is slightly wrong. What's Murata's pen name? Does he stream on Twitch or Pixiv? He stopped streaming, but someone put up all of his previous streams on YouTube and shit. I don't know if it's all of them, but once you start watching them, YouTube gives you recommendations. More of them will show up. Half the time he doesn't work, he doesn't really say anything or even do much work, and it definitely isn't going to make you a better artist, but it's comforting to know that he struggles just like all of us, although he's struggling at a much higher level, that's all. He's like, shit, I can't draw this lace. Just like me right now. He's trying to make the girls as coomable as possible, like all of us. He just has better results. I like Makima visuals, but not the person. That's like every woman, though. I like your body, baby, but I fucking hate you. I just want to fuck you, that's all. Very romantic. Basically what every guy is just like, yeah, I just want to fuck. I tried copying Miura. Miura is also a bad copying target because you're basically like, do you really want to copy someone whose art style killed him? Also, you better really enjoy drawing details and cross-hatching and shit like that. I'd rather have an art style in which the drawings look finished with a very small amount of effort instead of having me cross-hatch shit for like 6 hours. That's not how I want to live my life. Art style that killed him is kind of fucking metal though. To be honest, most mangaka die young anyways, so he's not exactly original in that aspect. Even if your heart doesn't explode like him, people just like kill themselves by drawing too much, so... Drawing negative space is hard. Miura's heart exploded and Toriyama died of some brain thing. I mean, they died just from health issues. People are like, he fell and hit his head and blah blah blah. They died because they're living that type of lifestyle. When I drew a Toriyama picture after his death, someone in the responses posted Toriyama, and it was a picture of him in his the gas mask, and he was like, "This is heaven for me," and he's reading a titty magazine while smoking, and on the table he has a can of Coke and soy sauce flavored senbei. So he's getting the Coke-based sugar and caffeine and then cigarettes and then salt all in like one fucking image. I was just like, that will do it for you. And that's not even going into the lifestyle in which you're expected to like draw nonstop every day for like 16 hours until you fucking croak, so. I don't think he ever stopped smoking, so that will definitely cause you to have a stroke or whatever that ended up killing him. People who smoke because of their jobs and it just being that type of a job, they usually don't quit. They just keep on going. I think the numbness of cigarettes that makes coping easier, also having smoking break to socialize are good if it wasn't for all this smoke. That's what I hear a lot of smokers say. They're like, yes, it has lots of, it's bad for me, but the time that I spent socializing with other smokers is priceless. And as someone who doesn't want to fucking socialize with anyone, I'm like, oh my god, not only is this thing cost like $7 a fucking pack, but it also is gonna kill me. And I have to socialize with these assholes in the smoking section. Fuck that. I'm never gonna smoke. I think the most unappealing part of smoking isn't the health risks, but the fact that you have like one more thing that you have to do during your day that you absolutely just like have to do. And you have to like find a location to do it. It's like we already have to do that with like pissing and shitting and stuff. And like eating and drinking and water and shit like that. And yet now, like, if you're a smoker, you have to do like one more thing. You have to worry about one more thing. You have to find a location where you're allowed to smoke. It would have been different if it was like the 60s, I guess. And you're allowed to smoke literally everywhere. And you just walk around with a fucking cigarette in your hand all the time. But in 2024... where you have to like find the smoking area and there usually is no smoking area, and if you're like on a train or a plane or whatever, that means you have to like deal with not being able to smoke for like 6 hours and stuff. Yeah. It just seems like a really bad deal. Not that I really have to explain why smoking is bad at this point. We all know it's fucking bad. Even the smokers who love smoking knows it's bad. If they're in all honesty, they'll just straight up say, I smoke because I'm fucking addicted to nicotine and I can't stop. Which is the reason why anybody uses any drugs, is because they're fucking addicted. Their body's brain chemistry wants them to use it. Has nothing to do with free will. You're not really making any choices. You're just like, oh, I'm fucking addicted, that's all. If they introduced a gooning break, man, when I was working in the office, what I really wanted wasn't a gooning break, but like a nap break. If I work for like 4 hours in a public space, I need like a break in which I can disappear into a darkened room and not talk to anyone and just like take a nap or something to recharge. And it's of course there's all these studies that show that if you allow your workers to have naps, it's effective for productivity, but businesses don't give a fuck about whether you're productive or not. They care more about whether you're, properly working according to their corporate standards and shit, so. Gotta be Mexican for that siesta. I'm pretty sure Mexicans don't get siestas. They're working like 16-hour shifts and stuff, I think. Good luck with that siesta shit. Not gonna happen. You think Mexicans working on like the local Toyota factory floor get a fucking nap? I don't think so. I don't know where the whole lazy Mexican stereotype came out, considering they're like literally the farm laborers of the US economy, and they do like all the manufacturing in their country now, and they're the people who bring you all the fucking drugs. If Mexicans are so lazy, why are they in constant drug wars, murdering each other all the time? Nothing lazy about the Sinaloa cartel, that's for sure. It's just propaganda by the Anglosphere, everything is. They took our jobs. I can confirm we don't take a nap. If I took a nap in the office, I'm pretty sure even if they have like a napping space, your supervisor would be like pissed at you. They'd be like, yeah, I know we offer this, but what the fuck are you doing? Don't you care about the bottom line? And B, your coworker might like come and rape you or something, so I can't sleep in a place that is full of my enemies, namely my workplace, right? I'm not safe there, so. Does that make Americans even lazier than Mexican? Americans are some of the laziest people on the planet. The ones that don't work, at least. Like this lace. Drawing the lace was a horrible idea. However, if Murata was like, fuck, I don't know how to do this. This is hard. I probably shouldn't have done it as well. However, we can there are easier laces to draw than trying to get the flower patterns in. So I found a different image, so we're going to try that. The good thing about digital is you don't actually have to you can just erase that layer and try a different layer. And if you don't like that, you can try a different layer and so on. BB using the JCPenney catalog for this one? Yeah. At least the sphere of females' underwear hasn't been invaded by AI yet. AI is truly getting annoying in terms of looking for reference images using Google Images right now. It's pissing me off. You're like, oh, I'm looking for fantasy church scenes. It's like, oh, this is a good looking church, and then you zoom up on it to see what kind of details they have, and it's like, oh, god damn it, it's fucking AI. Everything's melting and shit again. God damn it. You know? With AI, you have to put time into finding the right models and spending hours generating slop until you get what you want. Or you could just generate slop and not get what you want and then still put it on the internet and fuck up search results for everyone, which is what I see happening most of the time. Let's be honest, most of the people who are prompting AI shit don't have like a good idea of what they want. They're just rolling a slot machine and hoping something cool pops out. And because they're not proper artists, they don't have like the visual recognition of when something is fucked up or not half the time, which is why they don't notice when there's like a third arm growing out of her fucking forehead. What is this context for the art piece? There is no context. People want to see their boobs. Like, oh, booba, I need to see the boobs. Please, please, sir. I'd like some titties, sir, please. No one asked for me to draw boobs, but I know this is what people actually want, so... They have a compulsive habit of trying to show AI-generated drawings to others. I browse AI threads on 4chan once in a while, and it's always like the same 5 people or so. Nobody comes in and actually like looks at it who isn't generating it themselves. It's almost entirely like a circle jerk of the same people. Like there doesn't really seem to be any motivation for anybody else to see it. It's primarily a masturbatory hobby. You roll your own slot machine of picture and you get an awesome picture and you feel like you created something and nobody else pays attention to it or cares about it, but you like it and that's about it. I don't know why it ends up like that, because as an artist I look at a lot of AI drawings and I'm like, oh cool, this one turned out well. I probably look at more AI drawings than the average person. Boobs too small. These would be considered to be relatively big boobs. Another problem with AI prompters is they often AI cannot keep boob size consistent, which is something that real artists have a problem with as well. The boob size changes dramatically from image to image. This line might be too much. I should probably be looking at references for the wrinkles, what type of wrinkles to draw, because Fujimoto has a specific way in which he likes drawing wrinkles that is different from the way I think about wrinkles. You really have skill to make the girls look hot. My horniness is properly being channeled. This boob is too big, unfortunately. It's too sticking outness compared to, because I really like the left boob, so I'm gonna make the right boob closer to the left boob instead of the other way around. I don't think Makima is huge in terms of her fat tits. I'll give you a pro tip on how to draw hot girls. Look at the proportion difference. It's all in these lines right here. This is what allows us to differentiate females from men. Hip to shoulder ratio. So you should really be thinking about where's the rib cage, right? Where's the hips? The fucking hip bones. How wide are the hips? And there should be the shoulder bone should be around the same place as the hip bone, and then like the fat comes out like this, or the hip bone is farther outside. This is the key to drawing female bodies. I'm talking about your art style, man. I mean, that's part of it. Every character, every person who understands how to draw women cares a lot about the hips and the shoulders and stuff like that. Murata goes all in on this stuff as well. Oda goes all in, but he exaggerates the form too much, and as a result, there isn't any convincingness to the female form. It's just not. It's too cartoony, I would say. Can't coom to Oda art. Has anybody actually looked at the tankobon books of One Piece and jacked off to it? Because, like, in my opinion, you'd have to be on a fucking desert island to do that shit. No organs inside them. I know, right? You want to coom inside the organs. So when there's no organs like in Oda's drawings, it's very hard to masturbate to that. Meanwhile, I can jack off to Murata's safe for work pictures easily. He has a better thought out hip to hip ratio on how female bodies should look like. Why do so many artists make the boob that is further away from the viewer bigger? Who knows? This line right here is wrong, speaking of that. You know, boobs are hard to keep that shit consistent. Also, unless you have the camera, in fact, even if you do have the camera right next to the character, there isn't any situation in which the closer boob should be bigger than the far away boob, because it's just gonna be too close for that type of perspective to come into play. The way Murata draws women. Last night, I was trying to do my own comic, and save it. Is it in chapter 1? Yeah. I was starting to feel Murata's art skill was fucking with my brain, so I had to take a break from my own comic and doodle his drawings for like 5 seconds just to get it out of it, get the juice out of me. This is his fucking Sayuki anime that he's making. He has if you haven't watched it, you can go onto Twitter and Google Murata's Twitter, and he has like 15 minutes of an anime he's trying to get made. And he has a fucking brown Gyaru pig girl in it with fucking hot pants and exposed navels and shit like that. He was really going all in on the Coomer power. I like Kunaboto women though. Get that shit out of here. I hate that stuff. Those things barely look like human beings. They look like Americans. The lowest of all life forms. Midwestern Americans. Ball power level rising. I do feel like my power level has gone up a lot just since I started doing my manga. I've been taking off my limiters. A lot of how good you are at drawing is just like how little fear you have in just doing shit. Once you just start going for it, the quality of everything starts to go up because you're like, I just don't give a fuck anymore. Let's just fucking go. Can't make fun of Midwesterners. Everywhere is getting expensive but their place. I mean, because nobody wants to live there. It's like, yeah, everything is so cheap in my part of the country. It's like, yeah, because nobody wants to live there, dude. Midwest, that place ain't busing for real. No cap. Does any of you have like a Gen Z nephew or a Gen Z yourself that actually properly talks like the parodies of how Gen Z or Gen Alpha talk right now? Are there anyone you know that is like a dead ass for real be bussing, no cap? And have you properly slapped them? That's a caricature. I have, however, seen them with the, I have seen young kids walking around with the fucking hairstyle, though. This one. They will regret that in, as they get older. When grandchildren see a photo of them from 2024, they will be ashamed of their words and deeds. There are some fashions that come back around and others where you will be ashamed of yourself 20 years from now. For example, no woman who had the shoulder pads and the massive hair in the 80s wants their children to see them and being like, LMAO, you look like that in the 80s, ha ha ha. Right? Do you have an Instagram? No. Just Twitter. I feel like Instagram, or I've heard that Instagram is much harder to get followers and stuff, so I haven't been dicking around with it. I feel like her lower body can be thicker. Should be thicker, honestly. It's like this, probably. Yeah, that looks better. Because I was like trying to draw it with the camera close. The upper part was closer to the camera, so I kind of went a little too far in the direction of the upper part of her body being larger, but Makima has to have wide hips, so old-fashioned is so what the fuck. Some old-fashioned will be considered to be fashionable again. Like, in the future we'll be wearing doublets and stuff. sure if this is correct. How does Fujimoto do it? Fujimoto, teach me your ways. How do you do the blacks on your dress pants and shirts? You know what? After messing with details on lace for approximately an hour, I think I might just fucking turn that shit off. Just go full black. I guess some is fine. The fact that I've been able to draw this much on stream and actually get it to sort of look like what I'm wanting it to look like says a lot about my power level somewhat going up right now. I can kind of feel my power level going up. He's cracking his limiter. I mean, it's been long enough, for fuck's sake. I've been drawing for like 20 plus years now. It's about time that I started to get like decent. At drawing, you know? Get better, finally, maybe, at some point in my life. Been dicking around for long enough. She doesn't have like the creases on the pants. Fujimoto has a specific way of drawing dress pants and dress clothing that doesn't actually look that much like the dress clothing. Oh, I can. She has those lines, the vertical lines, in some images, just not most. I guess he stopped drawing them. That looks close enough to Makima. You also write awesome skits too. You're gonna see my full power of writing full-length manga, not just skips, soon. And by soon I mean in like a month and a half at the current pace, fuck. But honestly, I think I'm better at writing long-form content than that short stuff. It sort of comes together at the same time. Like, you can't really do short stuff unless you can do long stuff, actually, if you ask me. But I think I can make better long-form content. I think I have good planning, long-term story and characterization planning, which is why I want to do my own manga, even if it meant sacrificing some income short-term and stuff. Like, I couldn't put my talents to waste any longer. Makima sexo! Makima, Makima! If Makima was like, you can be my boyfriend, however, every night I'm gonna have to fuck your ass with my strap-on dildo, what percentage of you guys were like, would be like, okay, fine, Makima. I guess a deal is a deal. It's girlfriend anal rape every night. Win-win. Perhaps this was the wrong question. Will she use lube? Perhaps if you ask nicely. It's all business? Nah. She's evil. Okay, you have to choose one of the following options. You get to have sex with power, but she still hasn't showered after months, and she smells as you would expect her to smell. You have to have sex with Makima, but by sex it means she's pegging your asshole while she gives you a handy. Option 3 is Kobeni, but she's crying the entire time. Also, it's a JAV shoot. There's a fucking camera there. She's being forced to sell her body. And option 4 is Asa, but she's gone full starfish mode. And you're pounding her, but she's not moving at all. And it doesn't feel good, but she keeps on being like, aren't I great? And you're like, oh god, I'm giving her the wrong idea that I'm actually enjoying this. Those are your 4 options. I hate all options. They all have mid bodies. We must pick one. I don't know. The other option is you get decapitated by a devil. Pretty standard options in the Chainsaw Man universe, actually. I don't mind woman smell. I think you underestimate. There is no such thing as woman smell. You're smelling shampoo. The greatest lie that the woman ever told was convincing men that they don't stink like shit. Too much. The topic sure is fire, LOL. This is from a person who hasn't actually watched or read much Chainsaw Man. Just based on general impressions I have of the characters. Hello, Hystrixia. Wow, Hystrixia, you got in here just in time for the pegging conversation. How shocking. that what you're talking about? I was giving people options of various forms of undesirable sex with Chainsaw Man women, which is probably the only type of sex you're going to get in that world. Fujimoto's strategy is like design hot, desirable characters and then have them be have undesirable personality traits. Like Denji's first kiss being like his senpai puking in his mouth. Honestly, if Denji was more of a pervert, most of Chainsaw Man's plot wouldn't work, because it would just be like, yes, I enjoy having Power's stinky, smelly body around me all the time. Why do you choose an octopus in your profile picture? That's not an octopus, it's a tentacle monster. And I choose it in my profile picture because I watch hentai all day long. The tentacle monster is a reflection of my psyche, in which I had multiple penis-like appendages instead of just one. How can I possibly satisfy my hentai waifu if I can only penetrate one of her orifices at a time with my penis? Thus, all tentacle monsters must have multiple penis appendages. That's just the way it goes. Are you going to make use of your little tentacle monster when you finish your first chapter? Not really. I mean, Toriyama would use his gas mask avatar because they asked him to draw content regarding himself. I have nothing interesting to say about myself, so no. I hope the manga has some tidbits about the mangaka life at the end of volumes. There will be no volumes. I'm not drawing it at a resolution in which it can be published, and I'm not going to self-publish shit. Self-publishing is a losing game. That shit is expensive as hell. You think I'm going to take the time to, like, find a publisher and have them, like, print shit and then have it sent to all the people who want a fucking book? Nah. That isn't happening, bro. You will see. Meanwhile, Japan self-published stuff, which just means doujin. Yeah, but that's like 30 pages, and they have specific places where you sell it, and people spend a shit ton of money. That's the difference between Japanese self-publishing doujins and American self-publishing, like, chibi manga art and shit. I actually looked into this and watched some YouTube videos on the cost of publishing manga and stuff like that. And of course, the person who is talking about it is probably someone who sold like 300 volumes total, because, you know, their shit ain't popular at all. The difference between Japanese self-publishing is that Japanese self-publishing, you have like a professional manga author who draws smut of their own characters, goes to Comiket, and sells like $100,000 worth of doujins and makes more money on their untaxed black market income than the money they make from what they actually publish normally. America self-publishing is like some extremely shitty uwu Tumblr author doing their vanity project and then getting a very small booth at like the local Comic-Con and nobody buys shit and they have to go into debt to self-publish because it's just a fucking ego project. These things are not the same at all. Also, Japanese self-publishing is pretty damn cheap because I'm sure it's way cheaper because they have it, the whole thing set up to be sustainable. I'm sure Japanese self-publishing is like 1/10 the price of American self-publishing with higher quality, like most things in Japan. Also, I'm not drawing this manga in a way that would make it good for self-publishing in terms of like black and white, even though it's in grayscale. Because like you can't fucking... I would have to use dots for the gray on Makima's pants, for example. I'd have to figure out the tone, how to use the tone tools and which tones I want to use and all this stuff. I'd have to use specific resolutions for printing and shit like that, which is why I was like, I'm not going to deal with like self-publishing stuff. If my stuff is going to get published, it's going to be because like Shonen Jump has showed up and been like, can you do something like one, just like Murata and one, something crazy like that would have to happen. They do it because they want the feeling of seeing their work on a bookshelf, not to make money. There you go. They want legitimacy. It's an ego thing. Wouldn't doujins on some cartoon in America fall under some copyright law and would get you DMCA'd? Nah, not really. Just in case you haven't noticed, there's a shit ton of Ariel porn, Disney porn just sitting around on the internet and they don't fucking track those people down. Maybe if you got really big and were publishing at Comicets and stuff like right next to the Frozen booth, you were somehow selling your Elsa, Anna, Futa, horsecock, lesbian porn, maybe Disney would notice you, but in general, corporations don't really have time for that stuff. Nintendo is like kind of like the exception that proves the rule, and even they don't go after the porn. Everybody kind of realizes that porn isn't actually competing with their product, so they don't really complain or go after it legally unless they're like some weird cuck like the guy who makes BioShock and it was like, no, please, Elizabeth is my daughter. Please don't sexualize her. Don't make SFM porn of her. Meanwhile, this is her in game with a fucking corset so you can see her cleavage. No, but not like that. Yoko Taro, Giga Chad. Yoko Taro being like, send me all the 2B porn now. I don't have time to collect my own masturbation material. I need your porn now. The guy who made BioShock and System Shock 2, yeah. It is the same guy who made, now I'm blanking. The one after BioShock. With Elizabeth. Disney Princess Elizabeth with her big booba corset outfit. Everyone's like, whoa, I'm going to jack off to her. Even though her anatomy was kind of weird, not gonna lie. Oh, the Bioshock Infinite. Yes, that is the correct term. What a dumb title. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking it was like something shock. The guy who made Helltaker said that he made that because there was not enough demon office lady porn on the internet. To be fair, the Helltaker girls aren't really office ladies. They're more like spiffy suits. Office attire is like, it's more casual nowadays. And you wear suits, but like, you have to wear it all day long, so you're not properly wearing it the entire time. It's more of just like a suit fetish, Helltaker is. Sharply dressed demon girls, I think were his words. Yeah, they're sharply dressed, that's correct. Oh, what's the time? Oh, 3:20. You've been going for a while now. Since I started getting serious about my manga and really challenging myself on how to draw faster and like actually produce shit and try to actually solve the question of like how do I hit that type of speed and productivity that I actually need to have if I want to not just like possibly go pro but also just like produce anything in manga format. I've forced myself to go be more decisive about my actions and how I draw, and also be able to draw longer. So I can kind of keep on going now. Keep going, break the limit? No, because I'm going to end stream now because I have to DoorDash. Weekend is DoorDash time. So I'm going to end stream now and then DoorDash. See you around, guys. Good night. I'm done. Good night.